Welcome back, everyone, and this is Play on Daily Fantasy Sports. Today, I'll be giving out my picks as well as two cash locks for Tuesday, January 29th for Draftkings and Fanduel NBA. So, first off, let's obviously do a quick recap of last night. We had a lot of players either exceed or miss their expectations. The one rare example that I was a little upset about was D'Angelo Russell. Ended up playing him on FanDuel. My FanDuel lineup ended up going pretty well last night. Tournaments were cashed about 4 times on FanDuel last night. But I had Russell, and I don't know if you watched the game, but he ended up only playing 23 minutes, and he scored 30 some points in 3 minutes. But if he could have gotten his full slate of minutes, I think their coach was mad at him or something. He would have went off. But that's one of the risks you got to take with playing him, and I own up to it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into our picks for today. Starting things off with our guards on DraftKings. The first guy I've got is going to be Luke Kennard. You know, him and Reggie Jackson, both projections are all over those two guys tonight. I think you can go with either of them. But Kennard has a very cheap salary, and they have got a weak matchup, and he should be a solid play tonight with a high ceiling. My next play is going to be Chris Paul. You know, he might still be in a little bit of a minutes restriction, but, you know, I'll take 6,900 for one of the top guards in the NBA in a bad matchup. I will take that all day. And my last pick today on DraftKings for guards is going to be Drew Holiday. He's going to be mentioned in FanDuel too, but really just has a great matchup facing a weak defense from as in the Rockets, and he's going to get a huge bump in usage rate tonight thanks to Julius Randle being out. So next, let's get into our picks for center and forwards, and I'm just going to rattle off 3 straight centers because I think you can't go wrong with either of them tonight, and that is Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, and Jared Allen. So Allen's the riskiest of the 3. He's got a weak matchup, and he hasn't lived up to his potential recently. But projections are all over him. You know, he's facing Chicago. I think his salary has dipped low enough where he's definitely worth a flyer, maybe some tournaments. And my other pick is going to be Joel Embiid. Great matchup in a Showtime game against the Lakers. You know, he should go off. Jimmy Butler is out. Usage rate for him will go up then. And my final then pick is going to be Jahlil Okafor for DraftKings. Very good matchup tonight. He's going to get all the minutes with Julius Randle being out. I see playing Okafor on both slates as being a pretty solid move. I think not playing them will be risky. And finally, then, let's get into our cash lock tonight on DraftKings. And that cash lock for tonight is going to be Joel Embiid. You know, as I had mentioned, he's got such a great matchup. He's rated as the best play tonight besides James Harden, and obviously Harden is going to be rated as one of the top plays every night given what he's done recently. But with Jimmy Butler out, I just expect Embiid to dominate against a soft Lakers defense. And finally, let's move into our cash locks, or our FanDuel picks, my bad. My first guard pick is going to be Reggie Jackson. I had mentioned him a little bit on DraftKings, but on FanDuel specifically, his price is just too low, 5,100, given the matchup, and it shouldn't take much to hit that value. Next pick is going to be Drew Holiday. Again, a guy I had mentioned over on DraftKings, but he's facing a weak defense tonight in the Rockets, and really that big usage rate increase is something I am really looking at. If this ends up being a close game, Drew will be the go-to guy all night for the Pelicans. And then finally, my last pick, you know, a bit pricey, but it's going to be Rajon Rondo. With Kuzma out, he's going to continue to get to run the Lake show, and especially against tonight, I like the 76ers as a team that they can compete with. I think they'll lose, but I think they'll be able to compete enough that Rondo will get plenty of minutes, plenty of opportunities to go out and hit his value. And now let's go ahead and get into our forwards and center positions on FanDuel. The first guy, I had mentioned him earlier, but it's Jahlil Okafor. Again, with Randle and Davis out, not playing Okafor tonight is going to be so risky. You have to, in my opinion, play him tonight. And then my next pick is going to be Solomon Hill, another Pelicans big man, but he's going to be a great punt play for the Pelicans tonight due to the minutes just being stranded out there from Randle not playing. So again, great cheap play from him, you know, the punt on a team, but definitely has potential to go off. And then finally, my last guy, and also my cash lock on FanDuel, is Richaun Holmes. He has played great this season when he's given the minutes, and he's going to get that opportunity tonight with DeAndre Ayton's out. For him, all seasons, the only reason he hasn't been productive is when he hasn't been given minutes. And tonight, with those minutes all but assured, I like Raquan Holmes is a great play. So thanks for listening to this video, everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and be sure to like and subscribe if you would like to continue seeing these daily sports videos. I'm Play on Daily Fantasy Sports, and I hope you have a great day and a great night from a DFS and life perspective.